Call to order, please. Thank you, everyone. It's nice to see a full house. Welcome to the meeting of the Local Planning Agency. We will start this evening with a roll call, please.
Greg Dully.
Here.
Corey Abel.
Here.
Roger Young.
Here.
James Ryan.
Here.
Tony Hammond.
Here.
Lori Lalonde.
Present.
And Cheryl Culberson.
Present.
We have a quorum.
I'd like to start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Roger, would you lead us in the pledge? Thank you. Okay, looking at the agenda, and members of the LPA, does anybody have any requests for additions or deletions for this evening's meeting? Anybody, John, anybody from any additions or deletions from your group?
No additions or deletions, but I did want to introduce you all to my colleague, Jamie.
Oh, great. Sorry.
She is somebody who works on a lot of land use items for the village, and so I just
Wonderful.
thought it would be nice for her to meet everybody and for you to meet her. And for anybody who's listening, don't worry, the village is not paying for both of our times. I am not charging my time. I just thought it was important for her to be down, and because of that,
I agree.
obviously won't
Jamie,
charge.
welcome. We hope you enjoy it here. You can take your earplugs in if you need to. Okay, thank you. Moving on, now it's the time for public comment. Since there are no emergency deletions, is anybody that wishes to make a comment on anything other than anything that's not an item that's coming up in the agenda?
We have one public comment.
Okay.
Mr. John Fernandez.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As some of you on the board, including the chair, we've served together many years ago. I want to mention something here, which is sort of goes along with what's going on in our country today. 100 miles from here, not that far. What happened last week happens often. People are not allowed to discuss issues involving individuals or governments that don't like what you're saying. This happened to us in our country last week. And I'm not looking at a position of whether we're Democrats or Republicans, but it's not right for somebody who expressing their views and wishing to discuss their views are killed. We need to take a position, and regardless of what the venue is, whether it's this venue or the village council or anywhere else in our country, in our Congress, that we cannot allow this kind of behavior to control our way we operate and the way we handle ourselves. So for a second, I think we owe it to an individual who put his life on the line, whether we like it or not, whether we agree with his positions or not, to at least have a moment of silence to remember his life and what he tried to do. And I ask you to do that as a member of this group. Please bow your head. Thank you very much. I appreciate this.
Thank you, John, for exercising your First Amendment right.
I'm sorry?
Thank you for exercising your First Amendment right.
Okay.
Any other public comment? Seeing none, let's move on to the first hearing. John, would you like to bring us up to speed on this? I believe you need to read the ordinance.
I do, but I believe we have on the consent agenda the approval of the
I'm
June
sorry, I
minutes
forgot.
first.
That's what happens when I don't wear my glasses. Okay, has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from last meeting? Do I hear a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second? Okay. Mr. Hammond has filed a motion. Mr. Roger has seconded it. Could we have a call, please, for approval?
Tony Hammond,
Yes.
Roger Young,
Yes.
Gregory Dudley,
Yes.
Corey Abel,
Yes.
James Ryan,
Yes.
Lori Lalonde,
Yes.
and Cheryl Culberson.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you. Oh, look, there's nothing else in between there, what we're doing
No, there's
next. Okay, good. All right, Mr. Quick, sir.
Yes, first item at Roman numeral 6A, an ordinance of Isla Marta Village of Islands, Florida, amending Chapter 30 Land Development Regulations, Article 3 Decision-Making and Other Administrative Bodies, Division 3 Local Planning Agency, Section 30-103 of the Village Code relating to appointment, removal terms, and vacancies, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date.
You can do it.
This is fairly straightforward. The council had asked to remove the term limit provision that is currently in the LPA code as it relates to how many terms and to the supermajority that is needed to continue serving. The council had asked to bring this back because they would like for it to be consistent with what the other boards have, which is there is not one, and this would eliminate that provision and bring it in line with the rest of the boards.
I think everybody thought we'd already done this, so it's good to put it in print. Okay. Any discussion among the members of the committee?
No, makes sense to have a general consensus across the different
I
committees.
think so.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second that. Would you call the roll, please, ma'am? Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, John, public comment?
And just a reminder to the public, if you want to speak on any item, you need to fill out the comment card before the item is called.
I know you know this because we served together for 7 years. I was the chair of this committee for 7 years, and I volunteered to resign because I had been here long enough, I felt. We needed to have some change. And I think it is important to have a process where people rotate in and out. Because if not, you're going to have the same people most of the time are the ones who are going to volunteer to be part of any group. And that's the reason we have council limitations of how long a council meeting member can serve. I urge you not to approve this. In the committee that we served together, there were some individuals that were there forever. They stay there year after year after council after council. They never moved off. Again, I was there for 7 years. I was the chair for most of that time. And I volunteered to leave because I felt it was time to have some new blood. So I urge you to consider this. I know it's a great opportunity for you to be involved in the village business in the position you have right now, but we have to give other people the opportunity because there's more individuals that would like to serve where you are. And I know that because I served there. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Any other public comment? Seeing none? I'm sorry, would you repeat?
Well, I just want to explain that the process is a little bit different. Even though we have consistently possibly served on this committee and our term is up, we still have to put our name forward to the council to show that we indicate that we are interested in serving again. And we're still serving at the council's,
Pleasure.
in leisure, yeah. They can make a decision as to whether to accept our request to continue serving or to deny it and pass it on someone else. So it is a little bit different process than it was when you were serving, John, just as you understand that. So with that being said, I make a motion to approve.
I will second. And if you could give us a roll call, please, ma'am.
Lori Lalonde,
Yes.
Cheryl Culberson,
Yes.
Tony Hammond,
Yes.
James Ryan,
Yes.
Roger Young,
Yes.
Corey Abel,
Yes.
and Gregory Dudley.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you, everyone. Moving on to Part B, this is Would you mind bringing this forward, please, John?
Yep, it's an ordinance of Islamorada Village of Islands, Florida, amending Chapter 30, Land Development Regulations, Article 5, Schedule of District Use and Development Standards, Division 7, Off-Street Parking, Loading, and Driveway Standards, Section 30-851 of the Village Code relating to backing, movements, or other maneuvering within a street right-of-way, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date. This, again, was also a council-driven request for a code change. It was, for those of you, I don't know if anybody who may have been watching at the time, this related to potential parking near where Angler's Reef is at, and creating a potential parking area there, but it could potentially require backing onto the old road. And so that this provision would potentially, as written currently, would potentially prohibit that. So the council had asked for us to amend this portion of the code to allow for an additional exception. Currently, the exception exists for residential parking, but also to allow for not just residential, but for public purposes. So like a potential municipal parking lot, something along those lines. It does still have a blanket prohibition as it relates to US 1. So this would be for roads other than US 1. That remains, that blanket prohibition.
Okay. All right. Any discussion? Ms. Lalonde, would you like to start the discussion?
Personally, I think paragraph number 10, which we're talking about, which was modified, could be worded better to be more clear as to the intent. Because all you did was add "or public purposes," but I think that we could probably possibly rewrite it so it's a little more clear as to what the intention is here, that you do allow, backing up onto other roads with the exception of US 1's right of way. Do you feel that way too, Cheryl? You see what I'm talking about?
I think it's perfectly clear.
Okay,
I think it's clear too.
okay.
Yeah.
Jim, any other comments?
I know I spent some time going over some, I guess exactly what Lori said with our director earlier. And we even talked about some areas that include this already, that this happens. So this, I think, cleans up those areas and then allows for what the council's trying to currently do.
I didn't even know we had this. There's not a sign anywhere on the old road that says you can't back out. Mm-hmm. Has anybody ever seen a sign that says you can't back up here?
No, people park
No,
on the
but
right of
I've
way
run-
and back out
Huh?
anyway.
I've run into it before, getting permits years ago.
But getting permits, but that for the average individual, there's,
No, they have no idea. I mean,
Yeah.
and it works fine for down there by the brewery,
Yeah.
the Florida Keys Brewery. This makes sense, and I think Councilman Richards is here. Didn't you bring you kind of made a drawing of this slanted drive?
there's one here, and I thought there was one in, or did I have the other package? The bottom line is it's going to allow some flexibility, and that we have not been conditioned, except for permits, which is exactly what you're talking about. Everybody I know backs onto the old road all the time, and that includes with their boat trailers everywhere they go. Just try to come down across Windley Key.
Well, residentially, we've always been allowed it.
Yeah.
But we're just now the public places, is there any other public places besides the brewery? Right, we're calling it the brewery, but that Alamorada art district, do we have any other areas? I can't think of any.
Yeah, I don't think so unless,
I
I mean,
can't think of another one.
as you guys know, there has been some talk about maybe creating municipal lots. So those are not existing, but obviously this is designed to also
This is
allow for
exception
that
and
too.
the comma
But
separates
in
it.
terms of existing, I'm none that come to mind.
Yeah.
That's with
And
my
this
diagrams.
leaves it up
It's
to
all
the
right,
planner's
separate here.
discretion, correct? Is that what?
Trust me, I had to
Yeah,
diagram.
there would still be an analysis of,
That's what I'm
safety
saying.
purposes. I mean, there's still a whole analysis that would go
You
in.
still have to go through you can't just say a blanket yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to read it 3 times.
The only question I had is why do we have the ordinance in the first place? What's the precedent for it?
I don't know. My guess is probably a safety issue, is they were probably concerned that if you just allowed people, businesses that at any street out that had like loading docks or whatnot, pulling out into those areas. It probably was a safety issue, and maybe to control the loading and unloading areas so that they weren't backing into those. But I don't know. I'd have to look back at to see if there was any council communication with that legislative intent.
And this was written also before everybody had a backup camera and everything else too, so.
And didn't the village early on take control of the old road from DOT? So that might have been part of their deal back in the day.
The only thing I remember in the discussion at the Charettes when we formed the village was some of the, like, for instance, where Cornerstone used to be, he had not created a path so he could go through, and the big trucks were backing out onto the old road. And Forest Tech changed how they were doing things too, so the big trucks were not backing out onto the old road and with no one to look. Or you had to put somebody back there, but somebody so that they could see. That's the only thing I can remember during the discussion. And
That makes sense.
but you still, whether you are a car or a truck or whatever, generally you're going to have to put somebody behind you so you can see what you're doing regardless of where you are. Yes, I can see no driveway cuts or nothing else from commercial.
Yeah.
But I think it cleans it up and makes it more logical. That or we're going to have to put a lot of signs up. At however much it is per sign. Okay. Roger, any other comments?
I'm good.
Okay, Tony? Any of you? Public comment, Mr. Harris, I understand you're here to present on this?
Good evening, Ty Harris. I represent Anglers Reef Property Owners Association. This ordinance is important as we move forward with trying to solve their parking problem. And we're trying to put together something that creates potentially a model for other people to follow. I mean, we have parking all up and down the village in the right-of-ways, whether it's front of Square Grouper, Coral Reef Restoration, Vic's Auto Body. We're trying to do it the right way and enter into some type of agreement so that we're in control and that we're indemnifying and we're paying for insurance until such time that the village puts meters there and takes it over. So that's the game plan. But doing that research, uncovered the provision of the code that says you can't back out onto Old Road, which is interesting because it was the village that put in all the parking that backs out into Old Road in front of the brewery. So it solves a couple of problems. A problem that's been there created by both private businesses and also by the village itself. I don't think anybody was paying much attention to that section of the code, and Jennifer, I think her group found it and said, we've got a problem, need to fix this. So I would respectfully request you to pass this so that it doesn't throw off the agreement we're working on with the village right now. Thank you.
Okay. Do we have any public comment on this section? Seeing none, is it further discussion among the members? Any further discussion among the members? Is everybody ready to call the vote? Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion.
Mr.
I'll second.
Second? You got a first from Roger, second from Tony? Let's call the roll, please, ma'am.
Roger Young,
Yes.
Tony Hammond,
Yes.
Gregory Dully,
Yes.
Corey Abel,
Yes.
James Ryan,
Yes.
Lori Lalonde,
Yes.
and Cheryl Culberson.
Yes, please.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you. Does that mean I can get rid of the 68 pages you made me read? Moving on, we have Section C, an ordinance to address the flum.
Yeah, do you want to, C and D are companions, one
Yes,
deals with the
yes,
flum and the
please.
zoning? All right, I'll
If
read them
you-
both together and then.
If you could, please.
The first is an ordinance of Isle of Marada Village of Islands, Florida, concerning the request of Ty Harris, PA, agent for Jamie and Mike Snyder, to amend the village's future land use map from residential medium to mixed use for the subject property at 87469 Old Highway, located on Plantation Key, with real estate number 0041330-000000, as legally described herein, providing for the transmittal of this ordinance to the State Department of Commerce, providing for an effective date upon the approval of this ordinance by the State Department of Commerce. And the second is an ordinance of Isla Marta Village of Islands, Florida, considering the request of Ty Harris, PA, agent for Jamie and Mike Snyder, to amend the official zoning map from residential single family to highway commercial for the subject property located at 87469 Old Highway, located on Plantation Key with real estate number 0041330-0000000, as legally described herein, providing for the transmittal of this ordinance to the State Department of Commerce, and providing for an effective date upon the approval of this ordinance by the State Department of Commerce.
Good evening, members of the LPA. Jennifer DeBoerian, Planning Director. I'm here tonight to present an ordinance to amend the future land use map and the official zoning map for the property located at 87469 Old Highway. Ty Harris, on behalf of the property owners, Jamie and Mike Snyder, has submitted an application to amend the future land use map from residential medium to mixed use, and to amend the official zoning map from residential single-family R1 to highway commercial. The property itself is located at 87469 Old Highway with the RE number 0041330-0000000. It's comprised of 12,000 square feet. The current use of the property is a commercial business known as Island Air. The applicant agent, Ty, has submitted a needs analysis detailing the map amendment request and the FLUM request. It's in your packet. The subject property currently has an existing residential medium FLUM. The properties to the north and the west are designated residential medium FLUM. The properties to the south are designated mixed use. The properties to the east across the Old Highway are designated residential high and residential low. The character of the surrounding area is mixed use with residential uses and commercial uses. The property has an existing residential single-family zoning district, and the properties to the north and west are designated residential single-family. The properties to the south are designated highway commercial. The properties to the east across Old Highway are designated residential estate and multifamily. The character of the surrounding area, again, is mixed use with residential uses and commercial uses. The property is scarified and contains no protected habitat. The property is not recognized as any habitat to any state or federal listed animal species. And pursuant to the village's GIS maps and records, the parcel is defined as hammock and scarified. I didn't think there was hammock. Let me confirm that. I'm sorry, I don't know why that's written there. So give me 1 second. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Yeah, it's not hammock. I'm sorry. That's a type error. It's just scarified. The entire analysis by staff is in your packet for both the FLUM change and the zoning map change. So if you have any questions about that, I can answer them. Other than that, at this time, staff recommends that you approve the request for both, as we determine that it meets the criteria outlined in our code. I'm here if you have any questions.
Okay. Mr. Harris.
Thank you. So this is, again, stop me if you've heard this before. This is a property that had a commercial flume and a suburban commercial zoning in the county. I don't know how long Island Air has been there, but it's been there a while. And it may have come to a surprise for a lot of people to find out that it was actually zoned residential. So we're trying to just fix the zoning component of that. There's no proposed change to Island Air. Island Air still wants to be there, but right now they would be a non-conforming use. So this is an opportunity to fix it so that the zoning and the flume are consistent with the use that's already there. And that's why we're here. There's no changes. There's nothing proposed to change. On the plus side, you're taking out another property that potentially could be asking for a B-pass allocation. So there's always that. And with that, I've got nothing else to add to the staff report. Thank you.
Full disclosure. Yes. I own a property about 3 doors away. My brother owns one about 2 doors away. So I don't know where I stand on voting.
I would say unless you're going to get a special benefit, a special financial benefit or loss as a result of whether this is granted or denied, I don't think you have to recuse yourself. You can, if you like, if you feel like you can't properly analyze it, or you feel like you should for appearance purposes, but it doesn't sound like you would have to.
Okay, thank you.
Just as a sheer curiosity, do you or your brother have any objections to this?
No.
Okay,
I mean,
I just know you're the adjacent properties. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure if there's no objections to that side, and I know that the property to the south of there, Island Air has been it's been there since at least 2013. I had to think
the one
about
to the south?
the one just,
No, she said Island Air.
Oh, yeah.
Island Air has
And
been
I
there.
believe before that.
Before that, I just
Howie
remembered.
on that one?
Howie did own that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was trying to remember what that guy's name was,
I can't remember it either.
but I'm pretty sure it was Howie.
Yeah, and he ran a little
Yeah,
business.
he had a
There was a
little
business in there, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's been a business for as long as I can remember,
Yeah.
of some sort or another.
Yeah, I don't have any issues.
Among this group, do we hear it? Okay, let me call public comment, then we'll get to discussion. Any public comment on this particular section? Seeing none? Members of the committee, would you like to start, sir?
I make a motion to approve.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Pretty cut and
Anybody
dry.
else want to discuss anything, or does anybody want to second it?
I'll second the motion.
Would you call the roll, please, ma'am?
Gregory Dudley,
Yes.
Corey Abel,
Yes.
Roger Young,
Yes.
James Ryan,
Yes.
Tony Hammond,
Yes.
Lori Lalonde,
Yes.
and Cheryl Culberson.
Yes.
So that was for
So
the
this is on the FLUM, correct?
Correct, so we still have to deal with the zoning, yes.
Okay, so now we're moving on to zoning. Okay,
Motion passed 7-0.
thank you. All right, do we need to make, so I need a separate motion?
Yeah, I need a separate
Okay,
motion on the
just making
zoning.
sure. All right, would anybody like to make a separate motion to pass the amendment to the zoning map?
I'll make that motion.
All right, Mr. Hammond, do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Correct, thank you. All right, we have another roll call, please.
Tony Hammond,
Yes.
Gregory Dudley,
Yes.
Corey Abel,
Yes.
Roger Young,
Yes.
James Ryan,
Yes.
Lori Lalonde,
Yes.
and Cheryl Culberson.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you. Okay, any conversation among the members of the committee on things that we need to have moving forward, or anything else, any subject anybody here would like to bring up for future meetings? Okay. Okay, I have one subject. I had an interesting conversation. This is for future. It's not anything drastic, but it also start cleaning up some of the things that we've been discovering as we get into this. I had a chance to speak with Jennifer this afternoon, and the property immediately to the south of it, if you remember where the corner comes in, all right, in 2015,
Are you talking about the property to the Island Air?
no, south of Island Air, yes, okay, where the old road comes into the
Yeah,
highway.
little point, the little
Yeah, that
point
little
part.
point there. The owners of that property came before us and wanted a zoning change there because they wanted, I think it was residential then, don't quote me on that, but they wanted to change it because they would like to have put warehouses there with affordable housing on top, which was perfect. I can't remember who was going to do it, one of the developers. Brett, okay. We passed it. Apparently, I thought it had gone and done its thing, but we were looking it up, and I asked Jennifer to do a little research on it because it never tended to appear. Apparently, there are some recommendations from the Department of whoever the hell they were that week, Commerce, Economic Opportunity, whatever they are this week. Anyway, there were some adjustments that needed to be made, but it never came back to us. So I asked if Jennifer would look into that and see if there's any way we can make some consistency, which would be more consistent with what we just did, with those properties along there so we can be usable. And Lord knows I would love to see a small piece of property have 5 or 6 units. That was the original plan. They were going to be, I believe, 15 or 20 storage units, and upstairs would be 5 units, and I think 2 one-bedroom and 3 one-bedroom and 2 two-bedroom apartments, which is an ideal location for a small cluster of housing. So I've asked if she would look in to see what we need to do, and I would like the consistency in the zoning thing too as we go down the road.
So I know that property just sold in March of 2024, and one of the agents in my office had the listing, or represented the buyer, and I think their intention is that they were looking to put like a a lumber yard or something like that in that space.
Okay, so they actually needed to go to what we'd changed the zoning
Yes, they
to,
probably need to
which
change
was
the
mixed
zoning or
use,
so
if I
forth,
remember. Don't quote me on that.
But it's a new owner for probably from
Okay,
when the
anyway,
original.
I've asked Jennifer if she'd just at least look into it and see where we are and what we needed to do.
Yeah, I was actually part of LPA at that time.
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
remember
say-
when that conversation
yeah.
took place, and you remember my concern was, why would anyone want to build a house on that lot?
Yeah, nobody wants to put.
Somebody's going to fly down US 1 and at
It's
some
actually
point
more than one
be in
lot.
your living room.
Yeah.
It's
But-
actually more than one lot. It's 3 lots and then the
Yeah,
long
so
fence,
I
so
felt
there's
like that
4.
was a great solution to
It
the
was a great
problem.
combination of use.
Yeah, so I was surprised that nothing had happened.
Me too.
I started to ask Brad, I said, what's going on with that property? So,
It
good.
was zoned commercial when the county had it,
Yeah,
because I actually had a set of plans, the guy wanted me to build a
Okay.
building on that property that actually came to a point.
it's,
South
but
end.
I think,
Right.
I just
Another
remembered the
Flatiron
conversation, this brought it up, and I thought, why is this not, there it is. So, anyway, I've asked Jennifer, she'll bring that back to us at the next meeting and see if there's something we can do to give some consistency. So, anybody else have any other thing they want to make comments for this or going forward? The planning director, do you have anything, comments for us?
No, just, I was remiss earlier not to introduce Angie. She's going to be she's our new planning coordinator, and she'll
Sorry,
be coming to
my
your
apologies,
meetings
too.
now to take your minutes, so I didn't want to forget to introduce Angie. And also that your next meeting will be October 13th.
Okay, good. I see our village manager is here. Mr. Saunders, is there anything you'd like to say to the committee? Good work. Except, thank you. Mr. Quick, sir, anything else you need to say?
Nope, nothing.
All right, any other motions such as one to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Jennifer, you said October 13th?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We're not closed for Columbus Day.
Just asking?
Okay.
Just clarifying.
I knew that's
Can I have
where you
a
were
second on the
going.
motion to adjourn?
Just clarifying.
I'll second that motion.
Corey did. All right, well, can we all vote by leaving?
Yep.
Who initiated the first?
First?
13th.
Thank you.
Second.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if I can,
30
I'm looking at it
minutes.
now.